widely reported now that the U.S. is considering some sort of strikes against Iran. The expectation is that would involve dealing with Iran's nuclear capability, potentially the use of the B-52s and the bunker-busting bombs that has been discussed by previous presidents quite a bit, because this has been in play for quite some time, and all the issues around that, geopolitical, technological, et cetera, are being discussed again, including the issue of what happens if you drop giant bombs on nuclear material and the implications for harming a lot of people's health if that happens. So that's being discussed. President Trump active on social media today, number two, demanding unconditional surrender on the part of the Iranians. He's not interested at this point, it appears, from his social media posts, in negotiating some sort of back and forth. He simply would like an unconditional surrender. He also posted on Truth Social that we know where the Ayatollah is, and he'll allow the Ayatollah to live for now, but made it clear that his patience was running out. Extraordinary story in the New York Times, number three. The New York Times gets a lot of heat, a lot of criticism, often deserved, but they continue to be an extraordinary institution that can produce, often under multiple bylines, the kind of journalism that very few others around the world can do. This story, whose reporting I can vouch for, is very good. How Trump shifted on Iran under pressure from Israel, spent the first few months of his term holding back Israel's push for an assault on Iran's nuclear program. With the war underway, his posture has gyrated as he weighs sending in the U.S. military. It's a very good look at the last few months and a very up-to-date story on the president's current deliberations. If you subscribe to the New York Times or can outbox the paywall, I recommend it to you. Amongst the things you'll see in the story are, as always, Benjamin Netanyahu understands American politics as well as any American. And he very cleverly, I wouldn't say played the president, but was well aware of how to move this along to get what he wanted out of the relationship. And there's been clear disagreement on the intelligence, the question of what exactly Iran's capability is currently, and how threatening. The vice president on social media today kind of broke his silence and basically said, it was quite a long post, but he said on Twitter, he said, the president is America first. He deserves the benefit of the doubt that he's protecting America's interests in whatever he decides to do. And the vice president made clear he may decide to strike militarily against Iran. There's various posts. I don't know how much to credit them. You can put up number 4, please. Various credible reports that Iran plans some sort of retaliatory strike beyond what they've launched at Israel. Here's the New York Times headline, and others are reporting something similar. Iran is preparing missiles for possible retaliatory strikes on U.S. bases. This would, of course, be an escalation of the conflict, and it would be something that the president of the United States could use to justify in getting involved actively in the war, more actively than the U.S. has been covertly helping Israel up until now. And of course, one of the pauses, perhaps on the president as he weighs the decision about whether to act before any strike against the United States, is the fact that the U.S. hasn't been hit, and the United States would be entering a war of preemption, just as Israel has, rather than retaliating for any Iranian activity. Another post from the president, number 5, simple social media post, unconditional surrender. Doesn't say who he's referring to, presumably not Dorothy, but Iran. Here's number 6. This is the post I mentioned earlier. We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, kill, at least for now, but we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Finally, from the president on the social media post, and again, we haven't heard from him today. He had a long meeting with his national security team in the Situation Room. Several news organizations reported that there was a difference of opinion within the administration about what to do. This is a post from the president. Note the first word, we, not Israel, we now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had a good sky trackers and other defensive equipment, and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than the good of USA. They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.